So, I didn't get a picture of the mystery machine. Old dude. It's an old dude driving it. Definitely a hippie kind of dude. But the girl that was working the register at Burger King, young girl. She's 15, and I know this because she said it. But she started talking. I noticed there's a couple flies flying around. She seemed annoyed, and I was, because I don't like flies. And then she's like, yeah, these, like, she started silently doing the F word, these freaking flies. And I was like, whoa, with your swear. I was like, you're working. Like, I know it's Burger King, but you can't swear in front of the people. No matter how young or relevant they look to you, or you might know them or whatever. Still, you got her manager was nowhere to be found, because I know the manager's there. I see them a lot, and I, treat them nicely. So, okay. So she's like, yeah, these freaking flies. I'm like, do the cup in the paper trick. She's like, oh, I'm like, oh, don't swear. You're working. You just worked with the customer, and there's some elder ladies in here. And, she's such a cringy girl. She's like, hey, it looks like I've seen you before. I'm like, probably, like, because last time I worked here. Ooh, there's some scissors. And, I'm like, I've seen you last time I was working here. It's like, oh, have you been to Whoooaaahhh? I'm like, 2012 graduation year. And I'm like, maybe we passed each other. Who do you know? Like, I got a neighbor that graduated this year, and it's like, oh, I was at a party with a friend. He's like a stoner dude. His name is blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I'll look him up. Because he's a stoner kid. I'm like, oh, people might think I'm like that, but I'm not. She's like, well, I am. I love to smoke pot. And I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, oh, you should keep that down. You got your workers there, and they're glaring at you and me, and so are the workers are glaring at me as if I am friends with you, but I'm just being nice just because you work at Burger King. And I'm like, she's like, do you know this person? It's like, no, not that I know. The name is sort of familiar. And she's like, I forget where this brought up, and she's like, oh yeah, like, I know a lot of people, like, I go to Whoooaaahhh, I know some crazy people, there's like, I know a lot of people that work at this hospital because I've been there, so for so many suicide attempts, she said like 12 suicide attempts, and I'm like, you're not supposed to be saying that. She's like, I'm saying it anyways. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, this is gonna be a while till I can turn. Perfect. So, I'm like, cringing. It's like, don't say that shit. It's like, and I'm like, wait, are you working the night shift? She's like, I'm only working till 9. I'm 15. I'm not allowed to, like, work the late night shifts. I'm like, oh. It's like, holy shit. What the fuck? I know it. And then I noticed on her wrist she had a bracelet made out of, like, the bottle cap tabs, or, the can tabs. And I'm like, holy. And then she has, like, a dead mouse wristband. I'm like, what the fuck is up with this? Gross. And I'm like, you know what, good luck with the rest of your hours you have to work. I don't know what time it is now. And she's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, bye. And I was like, get the fuck out of there. I cringed so hard. Peace, y'all.